Hey y'all, welcome back again. Welcome to Mike Talks with Miss All. I am the host, Miss All. And as you can tell, I'm outside again, but I'm at a different outside this time. I am outside in my hometown of Beloit, Wisconsin, and there is no place like home. As you can tell, I am super geeked to be here. I haven't been home in a while, and it just feels good to be here. So I decided to do something different while I'm here, and I'm going to share a little bit of my trip with all of you. So let's get into this episode, and it's going to be a little different. So y'all just work with me here on what I'm going to do. I'm currently at Riverside Park, aka the Lagoon. Lots and lots of memories at this park. This has just been a staple in my city for so long, and this has also been one of my happy places. I've contemplated many things here, made many decisions at this park. And today and during my visit home, I'm doing just that same thing. I spent time down here. I'm back down here again, and I thought, let me share this. And I came up with a name, I think, for my followers. I thought about Miss All Stars because y'all all stars to me. So I'm gonna try to work with that and go with that for a while. So hey, Miss All Stars. So I decided to share a little bit of my visit with my All Stars and let you know how it's going. So, as I said in a previous episode, I feel like I'm in a spring season. And so there's just a lot of change going on in my life. And I thought, why not come to the lagoon and meditate and marinate on all of the change that's happening in my life? And I've always had positive experiences down here and able to hear and think clearly down here. So here I am. And as you can see along there is the Rock River. This is a very, very beautiful park. You know, I visited a lot of places in my life, but I believe that the Riverside Park is one of the most beautiful parks that I've ever experienced. So I'm glad I get to share it with all of you. I do have my mic today because there is a lot of wind. It's a little chilly here, but I threw my hoodie on and I'm outside talking to you. So one of the topic that I really want to talk about today is actually what I'm doing. I named the topic "There's No Place Like Home" because there really isn't. Coming home slowed me down a bit. Life was pulling and tugging and things was going on, and I just decided I need to go back to my beginnings, go back to my foundation and roots, and just kind of get some clarity. Life has been coming a little bit loud and a little bit aggressive, and I just needed a reminder of who Lorna was, who Lorna is. And again, I come down to my favorite place and kind of think about those things and what's been going on in life and kind of sort through some things. So, one thing life can do when it becomes so loud is it can make you start to doubt yourself. And sometimes all it takes is going back to your foundation and remembering that you've always been enough. And it's funny because I didn't even plan it, but I wore this hoodie today. A friend of mine gave me this hoodie, and what it says is, "You are enough." And I thought this is going right along with my topic. So I'm going to share some of the things that I did while I was here and some of the places I visited while I was here. So, again, this episode is going to be a little bit different, but I am so excited to share it with all of you. One of the things that I did experience here is my cousin got inducted into the City of Beloit Historical Society Hall of Fame. So being able to witness that was amazing. And just seeing a family member receive such a prestigious award was amazing. And visiting with family during a happy time. You know, sometimes families don't get together until funerals or something negative, but we got together and it was for something positive. So I'm going to share some pictures and some videos with you and just kind of take you along on my trip with me and show you the experiences I had in Beloit, Wisconsin, 53511. Again, I'm geeked. Can't you tell? Yes, I'm so excited to be here. Things have changed, you know, change is inevitable. So it was a little bit, every time I come home, it's a little bit sad when I first arrived because my parents are no longer here. And I miss that experience. But being with family while I'm here still makes that connection to them. I'm sitting across the street from Dairy Queen, so I'm gonna go get me some Dairy Queen, and I got to eat some of my favorite foods. So I'm gonna have you come along and experience some of the things with me. As I arrived to the Wisconsin border, I was welcomed to the state by the governor. Thank you, Governor Evers, for your warm welcome. And I entered the city through the gateway and continued to see other signs that welcomed me home. First stop, my childhood home. I lived here from about 5 years old through high school graduation. I have so many memories of me and my mom here. It was actually brown when we lived in it, and we lived in the upstairs apartment. I remember my small bedroom with all those toys. And no, I was not spoiled. The yard seemed so much bigger as a child when we lived here. It's amazing how the perspective changes. Next door to that house was my first apartment that I lived in on my own. When I moved out from with my mother, I moved to the upstairs apartment next door. That was my first place. One bedroom that I shared with my baby boy. It was small, but it was mine. Sometimes I think back and I wonder, how did I make it? But you know what? I did. Now, on to my education and my schools. I attended Merrill Elementary School from kindergarten through 6th grade. It looks a little bit different now than it did back then. I lived in what is, ebonically speaking, called the hood. And who says nothing good comes out of the hood? I know differently, that a whole lot of great came and still comes out of the hood. After Merrill, I attended Aldridge Junior High School. It was called that at the time, grades 7 through 9th. I enjoyed middle school. Those were some of my best times. Had my favorite teacher of my entire K through 12 education, Mr. Stoner. Loved me some Mr. Stoner. He let me do anything and loved those rec nights. Beloit Memorial High School for grades 10 through 12. Boy, a time was had at this school. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Life got real for me while I attended this school. But I think we have a very gorgeous campus right along the Rock River. What you think? This is the backside of my high school, Beloit Memorial High School, home of the Purple Knights. Purple Knights forever. Next stop, Gerald Avenue and Park Avenue. My grandparents lived on Gerald Avenue. This is their house. Lots of precious memories made there.
A member of my family actually still owns this home, and my mom and I actually lived in the upstairs apartment for a bit. Boy, if that front porch could talk, the stories it would tell. And next door to my grandma's house is the home of my best friend's parents. We met when we were 4 years old, and we're still friends today. We live next door to each other, so that's how we became friends. Gerald Avenue is a foundation street for me, and it will always be a part of my heart. Park Avenue is also very meaningful for me. There's a manufacturing plant by the name of Fairbanks Morse that is on Park Avenue. This manufacturing plant is tied to my existence. In the early 1900s, they recruited African American men from the state of Mississippi to come work in their foundry. And that's how my dad's side of my family got to relocate to Wisconsin. And any story about my life in Beloit, Wisconsin has to include a bus. Me and my mom didn't have a car till I was a senior in high school. And our only means of transportation was the bus system. Shout out to the Beloit Transit bus system for helping us hold it down. This sign sums it all up. I had to go visit my two foundational churches. The churches that my mom didn't send me to church, she actually went to church with me. And first on the list was New Zion Baptist Church, where the pastor was Reverend Pride, well-known pastor in my city. And second was Faith Baptist Church, where there was Pastor Kyle. My Sunday school years were spent mainly at Faith Baptist Church. And to this day, I still sing songs, quote scriptures, and remember the teachings from those Sunday school classes. Thank you, Mom, because all of that teaching is still carrying me through life today. When I went by, it looked like Faith Baptist had a new name, but you can still make out the old lettering on the building. And then I ate and ate and ate. I'm just going to show y'all just a little bit because I'm too embarrassed of how much I ate. But I ate. And my favorite things. So I'm just showing you a few of my favorites. But I want to call out specifically Old Fashioned Bakery, the best to ever do it, and Tilly's Pizza, the best pizza I have ever had. Enjoy them pictures. And did I say the best pizza ever? The best pizza ever, ever. One last stop to my favorite grocery store, Woodman's. Walmart could never. All stars, this trip is about to come to an end. I'm going to get ready to head to the airport. I'll meet y'all there.
So before we wrap up this conversation, and as I wrap up my vacation home, as I'm sitting here in the airport waiting for my flight, I just want to say to all the people that I saw, that I talked to, that I text with, that I thought of, and to my hometown, Beloit, Wisconsin, I just want to thank you for everything and for helping me become me. Home is not perfect, but home is ours. And sometimes home is the place you have to go to find peace again. So if you're listening to this podcast episode and you haven't been home in a while, maybe it's time to go. And home doesn't always mean physical travel. Maybe you need to just go mentally back home. Take some time to reflect in your mind and just redirect your thoughts. Think about what created you and what made you. Sometimes coming home is not traveling, It's about returning to yourself. Being home has recharged me and reminded me that no matter where life takes me, there is no place like home. So, this has been Mike Talks. I am Miss All. And as always, I appreciate all of you, Miss All Stars. I invite you to like, subscribe, and share my YouTube channel with anyone that you feel could benefit from it. And I will see y'all in 2 weeks. And until then, I always want to remind you to do all, love all, and be all you were created to be. So I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. I got to go catch my flight.
When I think of home,